Hey guys, it's Mr. Watt. One of the things that we're looking at in class today, it has to do with observation. Some of the things that you're going to notice when you make observations is that you're using your senses in order to determine whether things are happening. One of the observations that you can notice is that I'm actually in my backyard, and being in my backyard, I'm actually walking out into the sun. Today is a very warm day, so you might observe a couple different things, such as the fact that as I move the camera away, as I walk into my yard, you notice that you can see the sunlight showing up behind me. And I won't show you the sunlight, but rather I can show you those different things. I want to show you that the power of observation can be with you. Let me show you some things that you can use your observations to sense. So as we use the power of observation, you get the ability to use any of your senses that would help you make observations about things that you noticed. One of the things that you get to see is there's Rosie. Say hi, Rosie. Rosie. Hi, girl. Hi, girl. Notice how her tail's wagging when I say her name. She's a very happy little girl. She's looking for all kinds of things that are out here. If you listen to the sound of the video clip, you could probably hear a couple things that are in there. Maybe the wind. Perhaps you hear the birds in the background. See Rosie biting him. Looks like a fly. That was not expected, but that's okay. That's still funny. Today is a particularly breezy day, but you wouldn't know the wind is going by looking at this picture. Or maybe you would. A couple things that the thing is doing. You can go by the sound. Maybe you hear the sound of the wind going through the camera or through the microphone. Maybe you can hear the ladybug squeaking as it makes its turns, but you definitely can see it. So there's how you're making observations using different kinds of senses. Here's another perspective as you stand here looking at these wind spinners moving in the wind. You can see the spinner moving, you can see it changing a direction, which give you a sense that, gee, maybe it's windy outside. Perhaps you can hear the sound of the wind, or you can hear the wind blowing into the microphone as I try to talk to you in the video. There's another observation that you can use to determine that, yes, it's windy outside. Here's another rarity, and I'm going with this one because today is a perfect day. Although you don't really hear the wind, you might hear the wind, but your vision will definitely play a big role in what you see. Here's a wind spinner. It's in my backyard, and next to it are some of the tree limbs that are blowing around in the background. This is a way you can tell that wind is blowing when you make an observation. These are one of the cool things related to nature. Up at the very top, and you probably can't see it too well because the leaf is blocking it just perfectly, is Mama Cardinal. She's lying just beneath where the nest is. I don't know if she's going to poke her head up at me or not, saying get out. But what she's been doing is she's been nesting up there for a while. So she's keeping some eggs warm up there for some baby cardinals to be born. As of this recording, they've been there for about a week. So in about a week, we should be able to hear babies up in the wind or up in the lilacs. As you look at my god-awful yard, you notice that it has a lot of green grass, has a lot of crabgrass, has a lot of dry spots to it. It also features something that maybe you've seen in your own yard at times. This is something called an ant farm or an ant hill. Maybe you've seen that before. Believe it or not, the ants don't actually live inside the hill. Rather, what happens is that the ants are making a colony beneath the soil, and because there's so many ants that are pushing up from the dirt, what happens is that the dirt actually rises to the surface. Notice this as I come up to the ant hill, and notice as I drag my feet across it, notice how the ants get a little upset. I just destroyed their home. Because they are present, they'll start coming out and going around and doing all sorts of different things. One of the cool little observations you can make in nature. Not the most attractive view, but this is a view of the dishwasher that's inside my kitchen. How do you know that the dishwasher is running? Well, one way you can tell is if I move closer to it, you can see all the smudges. You might be able to hear the sound of the dishwasher, but since it's one of those quieter models of a dishwasher, another way to tell is if you look in the lower right side, down over here, you can kind of see a little red light shining on the floor. That is an indicator that the dishwasher is actually running. It's really incredible what the power of observation can do if you really take the time and look around, use your senses. You're going to find a lot of facts in your, even as close as your own backyard or in your own home. Have a good day.